Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Makaza again. You already know what this is. T.O.Z. Trumpetsofzion. I want to give all praise to the Most High through His Son. Some say Yahuwah, Yahushua. Some say Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Regardless, I want to give all praises. Calling us Negroes back to our God. Repent, for the kingdom is at hand, as well as any submissive Gentiles that are, dealing with the truth. All right, so as I talk about dealing with the truth, and this is an archive. I did this lesson about, I believe, last year, but it was in regards to the Canaanite doctrine. I still got that ammo ready for the Canaanite lesson. But like at the end of the day, I done lessons. I done showed it. Indians was called Negroes. I done showed the things killing, showing that those tribes involved were Negroes. You can also refer to all the Israelites are scattered, the Isaiah 11 video, because I did history in that one as first talking about what's in Mexico and different Latin American countries. So it's like I'm not in a rush because like these dudes, and we're obviously talking about the Latino only, and these clowns calling us Canaanite. And this guy, if you watching Issachar, Job Issachar, which you're not an Issacharite, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, yeah, I see you're on this Canaanite thing. At first, you was cool and whatnot, but again, these guys are not bringing out any type of history, facts, or anything. Okay, so in this lesson I showed how it could be reversed, or actually not even reversed, but it's true that a lot of them are actually Canaanites. And when you do more history, Mongoloids, which are Japhet, which a lot of them come from, okay, because when you do more history, and I'm going to show a little bit of that, and because like I said, this is, how I got to do a little editing from, the previous video, so I'm going to be adding some things in the video, and I'll let you know. Okay, this is an edit from the video. All right, but this is the point. That I wanted to start off with the intro, is just letting y'all know that this is what it's about. Basically showing history shows that they're actually Canaan and the Mongoloids, because obviously we know that's why you see a lot of Latinos that have those looks. They look either Arab or Asian. Okay, and he obviously white, you know what I'm saying, and then obviously the real Jew, which is a Negro, okay, and which I already show, the Afro Latinos throughout the board catching hell, and I still got them volumes going, but as I said before, like I said, like I've been cutting doctrine off of those few videos that I done put out, so I still got a lot more ammo, and I mean, if y'all want it ASAP, let me know in the comment board. Yeah, drop them videos or whatever. But if not, I'm going to just rest on them. And, I'm going to tend to some other, doctrines and things I wanted to address and other lessons as well. All right, so this is the video. Like I said, it was done last year, but I'm putting some edits in there. And till the next time, shalom. Okay, so let's close this out. So, yeah. So it says, this is a source website that I seen, but I just wanted to get this. So, yeah, in regards to these clowns talking about us being Canaanites and all of this, let's read this. It says, Noah's 3 sons did the Chinese race come from? Okay, it says, descendants of Ham included the Egyptians and Sumerians, who founded the first 2 great empires of antiquity, as well as other great nations such as the Phoenicians, Hittites, and Canaanites, the modern African tribes, and the Mongol tribes, including today the Chinese and Japanese. Okay, so he's saying some of them go there. Like I said, I believe a lot are Japhetic. But there's other sources other than that. But I may do a lesson or actual lesson on the whole Canaan thing. But I just wanted to bring a little out on it, but not the full thing, rather. So it says, as well as the American Indians and the South Sea Islanders are probably dominantly Hamitic in origin. Cause so the Mongol, cause again, this he's thinking of the American Indians, or those that crossed the Bering Strait. Okay, so because he already said, the modern African tribes. So while you guys talking about who, oh yeah, a lot of y'all is Canaan, y'all could be the real Canaan. Okay, and matter of fact, because I was saying how I seen this church. Let me see, it was in yeah. So this I seen this church, cause I'm in Cali, but I seen this. I was somewhere and I seen a van, and I seen it say like Inglacia de Canaan. So I'm like, what the hell? So bam. Okay, so let's look. Are these American? Yeah. So not a coincidence. Cause so the Church of Canaan. All right, so somebody might get simple and be like, well, Canaan is Israel and all of that. Nah. So, okay, and this who you say is our people. Okay, but yet while they're saying we're Canaan, here they got a church called Church of Canaan. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean that it is what it is. But this is off the wiki in regards to Canaanite, like, because again, a lot of y'all basically teaching a Mormon doctrine. The Mormons trying to say black skin is a curse, and then the whole doctrine of Canaan is where slavery, why we were slaves because we Canaan and all of that. What does it say? It says modern scholars do not believe that black Africans are related to the Canaanites based upon race as depicted throughout local and Egyptian arts, genetics, and physical anthropology. And I've even seen Edomites claim they're Canaan as well. Okay, so I mean, it's just okay, so this is an edit right here. Okay, so being that I'm talking about, the connection and, showing that it said that the black Africans aren't really Canaan. Obviously, like I said, that was a doctrine that Esau perpetuated. That, oh yeah, well that's why we went enslaved because we're, the son, we're of Canaan. You know what I'm saying? And then these clowns want to say we're Canaan, but like I've showed before, Jacob had hair like an Ethiopian. Obviously, we read all throughout the scriptures the Israelites. We see it on the artifacts, and that's why I go so hard showing the connection with the Indians as well, because you can't go there. You can't. Okay, you can't. Yeah, like I said, you can't. And I'm speaking proudly, but I mean it's the truth. That's why, clowns like Issachar, you all in my comments talking about debate. I said we could set the debate up. Okay, but all you guys got to address all the stuff that I brought out, and I still got Deuteronomy, the volume 4, to address the whole thing with and the Maccabees with the slave ships, and also if you didn't know that it talked about the women having locks in their hair. Okay, and we know that the Greeks and Romans said the Jews are Negroid, basically. So we ain't gonna play game. Oh, the locks is talking about is not woolly hair. No, but okay, but the Greeks said that they were black. So you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so this is what I wanted to talk about real quick. Is that this book, The Hittites and Their Language, describes the ethnology of the ancient Canaanites, Hittite tribes, as being a race of Asiatic Mongols. Okay, so I mean, like I said before, I had some Edomites that said that, and I'll probably show that kind of history later, or show sources and things like that of them being white. But you can also see it on the wall as well. Before I get that, then Arthur Koestler, 13 tribe. Obviously we see Peruvian, Edomite Jews, Canaanite, South American Indian. All right, and these are other book sources. Um, if y'all can see that, okay, as well as it says on the walls, Canaanites and Sansu leader captives, which some try to say the Sansu were Israelites, but they were also equated with the Hyksos because the Jews had left. The real Jews left when the Hyksos came in. Okay, when you know the which dynasty it was. But the point I wanted to get here is equating Canaanites here. Okay, so I don't see no Negroes. I see, yeah, what y'all look like, and also Mongoloids, which that's why the sources are saying what it's saying about right here, but also in the video where I talk about Noah's 3 children and how it says that the Indians and stuff like that, and obviously not talking about the real Negroid Indians, but again, the people like this, okay, that y'all saying is Israelites, and y'all saying and Negroes in this truth saying they're Israelites, and then you got them dudes, y'all saying that these are more Israel than the Negro, but yeah, where's your proof? Okay, because the script, like I said, the scripture is not saying that. Okay, but it says how 250 Serbians became the first Native Americans. That's a source, or that's an article you can check out. I also got this from a book. I forgot what the book title was called, but I mean, you could see that throughout all Native Americans. So I'm just kind of putting your mind to look and understand how, why Native Americans be looking Asian sometimes, or Latinos be looking Asian sometimes. Okay. Also, this is another, and I showed in Brazil, the connection in Brazil, how the Negroes de Terra, how the Spaniards and Portuguese, when they came here, they seen the Negroes in Brazil prior to slavery, and they called it Negroes de Terra, black land, just like in West Africa is black land or Negro land. All right, and I showed that in the various or I showed that Israel is Negro. The Indians were called Negro, and I showed the Brazilian connection, how they were Israel. But Native American slave master, which is this guy right here, and then you see all the other, Israel. This is Israel pertaining to the curses, doing, you know what I'm saying? So, but yet they have a Native American slave master. Okay, so yeah, that is true when you hear about, Indians had black people in slavery, you know what I'm saying? So that is true. Okay, so but you got to understand what was taking place and who the real Indian was, and all of that back history. All right, back to the video. You men don't know what you're talking about, and this is from Encyclopedia of the Jewish Diaspora. Okay, and you probably want you looking at the cover, you probably won't know there's any good stuff in the book, because you might be thinking it's these fake rats. But this is migration of Jews into West Africa. So we know this can't be talking about these guys right here. Okay, and it damn sure is not talking about these guys, Ayash and these clowns talking about we Canaan. But just to show something, it says, according to the most accounts, the earliest Israeli settlements in Africa were in places such as Egypt, Tunisia, and Ethiopia. Okay, historians believe, and we read those places in Isaiah 11. Historians believe these settlements may have been in existence as early as the kingdoms of David and Solomon, as well as during the Assyrian invasion of northern Israel, okay, in 722 BCE. Okay, so the Assyrian, and the Babylonian captivity of Judah in 586 BCE, and the Punic Carthaginian age. These communities were augmented by subsequent arrivals of Jews after the destruction of the Second Jerusalem Temple in 70 CE, when, look at this, 30,000 Jewish slaves were settled throughout Carthage by the Roman Emperor Titus. Okay, so yeah, everyone wants to put the Carthaginians and oh, those are Phoenicians and those are Canaanites and all, but Jews went into slavery there. Okay, so not everybody in Carthage was a Hamite. A lot of Jews were, because I like I said, I seen that. I didn't screenshot it, but one of them clowns was trying to say that because a fake Jew was trying to say that the Jews of Spain were Canaanites. Because why would they just lie and say if the Jews, how can you be Jew and be Ham at the same time? Or okay, you know what I'm saying, and not be Shem. Okay, because that obviously it goes over these dummies' heads that source you're using, and any fake Jew that would teach something like that because he doesn't want to admit that the real Jews were Negroes. Okay, but throughout all type of history and historical facts, the real Jews were actually Shem. Okay, that were in Spain ruling. Okay, and as I brought in my Deuteronomy 28 verse 68 video showing they applied with the curses as well. Okay, but just to show you, so anybody, oh, the Carthaginians, those was Canaanites. Yeah, so you guys are Canaanites. Well, Jews was in Carthage. So and we was always labeled as other nations. You remember Paul being compared to a Roman. So how y'all not know that Jews was being classified as Carthaginian? You know what I'm saying? So damn, man, y'all boys is bugged out. But okay, y'all. Okay, so I wanted to bring this out in regards to the Carthaginians and everything, because like I said, people are simple. Obviously, we know that the Carthaginians, you had Jews that were, we had, we was always being, we were Israelites, but we always were going by different uh, nationalities, so to speak, like being called Greek. Rome, Paul was a Roman citizen, so wherever land we were in, we would be being called by that particular name. But as we see it in Carthage as well, and you had Israelites in Libya, okay, so obviously we would be Carthaginians, okay, but it's not saying that they were Canaanites, okay, and this is why I did this right here. I said I was looking into Negroes of North Africa and came across a lot of racism towards our people in Tunisia, which is ancient Carthage. And the funny thing is, these clowns want to say that they're Israelites and they're more Israel, and you got clowns saying they're Judah and stuff like that. But the Negro is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. There's not going to be a place where you're not going to find a Negro scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, not being oppressed racially, all the curses. Okay, you got the scriptures don't say Israel, and that's why I did the lesson on Israel. All of Israel scattered, and not just Judah is scattered. For you men that's teaching, oh, only Judah is scattered, the rest are in Africa. Which primarily, yeah, a lot of 10 tribes are in Africa. Israel is in Africa, but all Israel is scattered. So meaning that you got 10 tribes out here, Negroid. You got 10 tribes in Britain, so on and so forth. Obviously, Africa and other places, and then obviously the Southern Kingdom is scattered as well. Okay, and in that video, I showed a historical breakdown, but I also showed actual scriptures. So yeah, revert back to that video, or I might put it in the link. All right, but just showing you that in Tunisia, you got same stuff that's going out. They racism, all of that stuff being killed out there is the same stuff that goes on. You won't see, y'all that's claiming to be Israel, Latinos being scattered. One, two, you're not gonna be in all these places being because you got dudes like Alizar, yeah, Sakari and stuff. They're not showing y'all they're not showing them being killed as much because they don't want riots and all that. And like, as if, you know what I'm saying? They're not scared. We're scattered throughout. I don't even barely see any of our people that are being attacked in these other countries. They're not showing them. And that's why I did the lesson on Deuteronomy 37, which I did the South American edition, but I still haven't even touched in on the European edition and the other Africa and so on and so forth of racism that we face scattered throughout the globe. Okay, so or flat Earth, and not the globe. Okay, because I don't believe that the Earth is a ball. But so that was the side note. But basically, obviously we say Tunisia needs a cultural revolution to combat racism. So and back here it says which can also be identified as with Tarshish. Some say Spain. We can see how in Isaiah 60 and 9 Israelites would be brought over, and as we know, Jews were there as well as Libya. Okay, and there's the scripture. A while back, we seen Negroes still treated bad and enslaved in Libya because they show Negroes being put in slavery by Arabs and whatnot in Libya. Okay, it's clear, especially knowing Jews have been in North Africa since the Greek and Roman Empire, that they would have remained there. Again, you will find our people racially oppressed from the West and the East Hemisphere, and not just America, but to the four corners of the earth, oppressed worldwide. Okay, so, and that's, like I said, I already did 2 parts of that series. All right, so, okay, it says Tunisia was the first, and this is pretty much, what this article was saying. It says Tunisia was the first Arab country to abolish slavery in 1846, but black Tunisians remained marginalized socially, economically, and politically in the subsequent decades, while racist speech and conduct was passed on from generation to generation. Okay, and just like in going back to the Deuteronomy show, because you got a lot of people, oh yeah, Issachar, he is hired, but even the woman in Peru was saying that the Afro-Peruvians are still picking cotton and they get way less. So yeah, if y'all, the Negro period is at the bottom. Wherever country, y'all are ahead of us, and then the other nations start, which you guys are another nation, but yeah, it goes y'all, then Asians, so on and so forth, all the way obviously up to the white man Esau. All right, so but it says in Tunisia the words kaluk, a pejorative term for black, and wusif, which translate to slave servant, are widely used to identify a black person. So bywords, okay, and I've shown even in the lesson. I mean, like I said, you guys got to go back and watch them videos. But basically, like I showed in about the Ethiopian, and I showed basically how the word city, and then in that lesson, I showed basically a list of what we're called. So yeah, outside of just being called nigga and so on and so forth, we were called city, which also the Jews were called city. Okay, which is for black. We have words like this. You got words in India that were called. Just a lot of words and bywords. So no one can ever question us being Israel, and that's the thing about it. And to them to you dudes, and just to Edomites like Vocab Malone and all these other clowns that come against us and want to say we're not the Jews, even Negroes, whether Egyptology or just coons that are in the Christian church can't get their mind, wrapped around the truth. You know what I'm saying? You can't get around this. This is it's plain, and it's obviously a curse. All right, so I'm not going to really go through all of this, but I wanted to show. But it says Tunisia's dirty secret. These are all articles y'all can read on your own. 5 years after the revolution, Tunisia's black minority has yet to experience the freedoms enjoyed by other citizens. Okay, and that's happening throughout the four corners of the earth, even in Latin America. All right. All right, she's from Tunisia. Because she look like a Eve African American out here. All right. Okay, and this is what I brought out in the video. Okay, but I just wanted to show that connection. Obviously, that the Carthaginians are not representative of being Canaanites, but because of the Jews that were there. All right, so Carthage there, right here, okay, in Tunisia. Okay, so and Israel is still there, being oppressed. And this is a source, Greek and Roman age, about the time that Greek and Roman culture began to influence the northern portion of Africa, the Jews began to spread into these regions. Indeed, they went even beyond the confines of the Roman Empire. Egypt, according to the testimony of Philo, was inhabited as far as the borders of Libya, and Ethiopia by Jews whose number were estimated at 1 million. Okay, so and that goes hand in hand with Babylon and Timbuktu. Okay, so about the 1 million slaves. So there's the source. Okay, so that was it. All right, so back to the video. I still y'all want to play these little games. This is Assyrian captivity. Let's show some more stuff. So you see the fringes. This is an emblem of America. Okay, the Assyrian Hebrews going into slavery. You see how the fringes, on the side. Okay. So the Assyrian captivity, Negroes. Okay, not y'all. All right. Show some more. So, okay, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show. So this clown, he was trying to say that these are Shemitic Syrians, which these are a mixture. Okay, so he was trying to say that same thing here. This clown, Shamaron, he's a so-called Latino-only Israelite. But he said how Ammon, Moab, and Canaanites described the Israelites. Okay, these people are descended of the Chaldeans. So, how the Chaldeans look today. So, are you stupid? So, aren't the real Africans, or for instance, the Egyptians, they're Negroid, but now you see people that look just like these same people in Egypt. So see a dummy. That's just showing you. Now y'all want to talk about false doctrine. This is false doctrine. And why? And again, you men aren't saying nothing. You men are sitting here. Yeah, like I said, GMS. Tahar gonna make a video, and yeah, you making video, but you guys haven't addressed this. All right. So it said, yeah, Shemitic Syrians, but no, these are the real Syrians. The Afro Syrians. Okay. Okay, Afro-Syrians. Okay, and this is a book you guys can get, but sculptures and paintings from ancient Syria. Okay. All right, so not what they're showing. Okay, so again, just showing that Assyrian. Okay, woolly hair. I mean, y'all seeing this? Stop playing. Fringes on. Okay, this is Shemitic slave. Matter of fact, so y'all won't. I forget. So wanted to give y'all the source, but this is the front. It's the side, but it's a figurine from Egypt depicting a Shemitic slave. Okay, and Ayash made some ignorant comment talking about who said they were Negroid from jump, because you showing whitewash images. Okay, but this is the figurine. This is what they say, and then again, it's self-explanatory in the scriptures, right? So okay, so and again, this same clown, he gonna say this is Shemitic and this is Hamitic. Okay, so if you dark like this, that means you Hamitic, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But you have to look like this. Okay, yet the dude in the video with Quana, he's saying, yeah, your phenotype is not Hamitic. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man. And then look at this. He put this, but yet the Bible dictionary says, Reddy is in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews. I did a lesson on Reddy. Also, while we're saying that, what does the Bible dictionary say? Okay, because I don't put that, or actually I do have it. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Because what does the Bible dictionary say? Don't we bring this out? He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So not the Negroes, but you hate the word Negro. Negro only Israelites. But I done show all throughout this video how the indigenous people was called Negro. Okay? Sent to slavery, classified as Negro. Okay? On the plantation with other Africans, slave masters couldn't tell the difference. Okay? Likewise, yeah, in the scriptures, we being compared to Egyptians and other Hamitic nations. Okay, so but yeah, like stupid stuff like this ready. So come on, man. Like it's just funny. It's funny. Like a lot of people may not know this is what's going on in Israel, but I mean it's funny to show this and show the scholarship and what these guys are coming with. Okay. So you got it's an awakening. So it's an awakening, but you didn't read that ready is in contrast to the dark skin of the Hebrews. So come on, man. Cause so this was another thing. I just had put this up just to kind of show the fringes. And this is also from the Josephus, but it said. This is coming from Strabo, but it said in Egypt therefore this nation is powerful because the Jews were originally Egyptians and because the land wherein they inhabited since they went thence is near to Egypt. Okay, and not that they were Hamites, but because again we became a nation in Egypt. All right. Because again, you have this as well. The Roman historian Tacitus, 55 A.D., who was an eyewitness when Jerusalem was sieged by the Romans in 70 A.D., said that the Israelites were the color of the Ethiopians. Okay, that not that meant they were Ethiopian. Because again, you can't be simple. You know that if you have understanding of the line, you know that the Jews come from Shem. So. But yet, in all the scriptures, we were compared to Africans, and I got the scriptures down there as well. But that source, this was the Josephus. Okay, and this is Herodotus, a Greek historian. He said the Canaanites, Ethiopians, and Egyptians have thick black have thick lips, broad nose, woolly hair, and they are burnt of skin. Because we know that Ethiopian, the Greek word is Ethiops, okay, which is burnt or skin. You know what I'm saying? So just to show y'all. All right, so pretty much that that's the lesson. So. Salakia. Let me see if I got everything. Okay, so yeah. So in closing, I hope or actually Salakia. Let me bring this out. This is Zechariah 8. This is Zechariah 8 and 16. It says, "These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor." Okay, so you clowns that, like I said, you making videos against the brother, and he been gone, and a lot of you men, you going on the highways every week teaching false doctrine, but you trying to worry about what brother's doing. Just because a brother may not be teaching every single week does not mean that he left the truth. So you bearing false witness. Because I got another brother that, a brother from GMS had, was saying, he took his hand off the plow. He's out of the truth. Yeah, I still talk to this brother after all these years, and he still hasn't left the truth. So it's just showing you men, yeah, you guys got a lot of repenting to do. You know what I'm saying? All Israel got to repent. You know, and but coming with these doctrines though, for real. But it says, "Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor." Because so, I mean, and that's what I'm trying to do. Speak the truth to my neighbors. So yeah, showing who the real 10 tribes are. Northern Kingdom, like I said, if you go back to Negro, no matter what you look like, you know, but if you don't even know the history and you saying all the natives and Latinos or whatever is Israel, and they looking like Edomites, they looking like Mongoloids, Japhet. Cause I just showed you that even sources is saying Asians and so on and so forth is Canaan. So y'all talking about we Canaan, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all could be the real Canaan, because even pursuing to the scripture in Zechariah about no more will Canaan. Y'all the main ones. Like I said earlier, y'all setting your camp up like how we do. So, and again, you wouldn't have known all this indigenous being Israelites if it wasn't for, I mean, through the Most High, but through camps. But even amongst that, brothers wasn't teaching and putting the real face on it. So now, you know, like you know, I'm saying myself, other brothers gotta put the true face on it when we bringing out this history. All right, so let me see. This Daniel 7 and 9. Okay. Okay, it said, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So, you men, yeah, here it is. The Most High has woolly hair. Okay, again, Jews, Israelites compared to Africans. But you sitting here acting like you the real Jews and all of that, but you just a mixture, like I was showing, just a mixture of Japhet, Edom, cause you know straight hair. But the Most High, he got pure hair like wool. That's the standard. All right, so matter of fact, what else I want to get? Matter of fact, let me. While I'm still on here, matter of fact, let me bring this out as well. Because I had this written down, but Song of Solomon, because I just did this, you know, it said, you know, Song of Solomon 1 and 5, I am black and comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the shoots of Solomon. Okay, so this coming from the Sefer, but look it, this was an Issachar woman that said that's an Israelite, because when you read later, you read Song of Solomon 6:13, you see that she's a Shulamite, and also Shunem was a city in Issachar. Okay, so she's saying she black and comely. Okay, black and beautiful. So that's who was saying it, not Solomon. Because that's, you know, brothers be saying that was Solomon that was saying that. Okay, but yeah, these women right here. Okay, so, and it doesn't mean, because even with that, it doesn't mean that she was the only dark one. Because even when you go to Acts, I did a lesson on that. Acts 13 and 1, where Simeon that was called Niger, that doesn't mean Simeon was the only one that was called Niger, because again, all the other Jews was Barnabas. He was a Levite. Okay, and we know that Moses was compared to an Egyptian, but he got leprosy. Exodus 4 and 6, and the Most High said further unto him, put now thy hand in thy bosom, and he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Okay, and he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again, and he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. So it's it's clear that the Israelites were people of color, okay, Negroid. So to make it plain for you, okay. So I done showed Indians as Negroes, being called Negro, all across the board. So